Bartholomew.
Here.
Again, oh, Joe, you did make it. That's good.
I did. I'm here.
Jim. Collier.
Here.
Gonsmart Williams.
Here.
Kilton.
Here.
Manthe. Again, I got a note, and I think he's going to be out today. Morrison.
Here.
Placencia. Lou sent me a note this morning as well, and he cannot make it. Ross.
Here.
Thank you. And we have 6 for our in-person quorum. Thank you.
All right, I guess next on the agenda is a review of the minutes and approval of past minutes. I see we've got a number of past meetings. I guess we had some quorum challenges and all too familiar with that. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? Or if not, can we have a motion to approve?
Move to approve the minutes.
We got a motion by Mayor Ross. Second by Mr. Morrison. If there are no comments, all approved, say aye. Aye. Any nays? All right, motion carries unanimously. I believe we have one person that signed up for public comment. Is there Amanda Brown?
Hi. Thank you
good
for
morning.
having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks. My name is Amanda Brown, and I wanted to speak to you today about transit and transportation. I know many of you here were very supportive of the recent transportation tax initiative, and we were all saddened by the outcome. It is now time for us to move forward, and I know many of you are starting to look to new solutions, and we need to start seriously thinking of how we can best invest. I think that one of those ways might be putting a portion of our tourist tax to heart and supporting transit with some of these proceeds if possible. It may not be a large portion, but every dollar provided can go a long way. It can help with local matches, or maybe we could bring back a bus line that has been cut. Every dollar is very important. I've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think now is the time. I know maybe many of us have encountered tourists that come to Tampa and ask, I mean, I have myself as a general citizen, have asked me about where the bus is or where the train is that they can take to some place, and you sit there perplexed about how to help them because there's no transit available. So I think now is the time to look at new solutions, and I hope maybe we can look at whether we can use tourist tax dollars for transportation. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brown, for your comments. We certainly have a shortage of transportation funding and a need for multimodal transportation options, that's for sure. But thank you for your comments. Mr. Barton, administrative report.
Yes, thank you. If you'll go to the first page of the financial report, what we have is the fourth quarter and, in essence, the end of fiscal year 22 results. We've walked you through these through each of the quarterly meetings. The highlights that I would point out are at the top, on the top line for revenue. We were still in the throes of uncertainties for COVID at the time that we set our budgets, and so we were very conservative. We didn't want to be caught in a situation where we had over budgeted our partners and got some surprises due to COVID. Well, the fact of the matter is we did get some surprises during COVID, but they were actually positive. And so what you'll see in this first page for the 3-cent portion is the fact that we, in essence, collected $27 million, almost $27.5 million in revenues against a budget of 18.5. So very favorable results. And you know, I wanted to put it in context, though, that we decided to make a very conservative budget projection, and so that's part of the reason you see a pickup here. And of course, great kudos to Visit Tampa Bay and all of our partners for helping us deliver those results. So pleasant surprise for our community rather than a negative. That's the largest thing. And then down on the expense side, I've mentioned this in previous meetings, but Plant City's asked to carry forward their $500,000 that they'll be matching for their sports complex there. some supply chain issues and getting the project under contract, delays for that. So our contract actually allows for that. We don't even have to amend it with the board. And so I'm sure they'll be anxious to get that project underway and be bringing to you a report on their efforts. Other than that, the expense side is fairly straightforward. They're essentially pro rata payments to our partners. We know what they're going to be, so very rarely a surprise on that front. The next page is the 6 cent. I don't need to repeat the revenue. It's just a matter that this is 1 cent rather than 3 cent. But other than that, obviously, still a positive result on revenue over budget that you can see there, the 9.2 versus 6.1. And under the expense side, again, the only thing that I would mention, we fully have reimbursed the city on the match for the convention center. And the portion of the 6 cent that was allocated to Visit Tampa Bay that you advocated for and the board approved is the second item, so that's been fully paid. And then the third, I've mentioned this in the past, but I do want to, since it's the end of a fiscal year, the cultural and capital infrastructure project. This is where we ask any of the 7 major cultural facilities to make application, and they need to match our money, and it's reimbursement only. And so what we've chosen to do here, and I mentioned this in past meetings, is we're depicting the number that's a contract obligation. So it's not a cash outlay yet, and that's in the footnote as well. So we'll be truing those up as they go forward, but the projects don't have to finish because they're capital. We actually give each one an extra year in the contract award. So we'll keep you updated on that, but as you can see, it came in, as far as contractual awards, pretty much on budget. The next page, if I could direct your attention, are the collection tables. The first one is the first 3 cents. And so we'll note we closed out the year for September at 24% over previous year. And overall, year to date, pleasant surprise as we know, but almost 57% over previous year. So as we have been thankful for many times in this meeting, we weathered the storm very well. The next page is the 6 cent, so it's just the 1 penny. And so you'll see the collections. The percentages aren't going to change, obviously, but the dollar amounts you can see here related to collection of the 6 cent. The next page is the totals. So again, percentages are the same, but you can see that for total period for 1 through 6, so the total of the 6 cent is almost $58 million in collection, and you can compare to previous years. It's significant. And then lastly, we've always shown you the graphic, so you can look at that at your leisure, but in essence, the green top line is our 22 year, and we're setting records left and right. And but you can see the previous years, including the COVID impacts in the graphic as well. So with that, Mr. Chair, I'll answer any questions on the financial report.
Any questions or comments for Mr. Barton?
Ron, I got a quick question.
Right one.
That one. On the stuff that we do with the funding for the, the stadium and the arena, et cetera, when we're exceeding budget like we are and the numbers are stronger, do we actually just pay down principal quicker on those obligations? How is that money treated on the other 2 cents?
So, and for the public as well, the 4th and the 5th cent are dedicated to the sports facilities. 4th is for Raymond James Stadium, as well as the Yankees spring training facility. And the 5th cent is for Amalie Arena. So just for context, in Mr. Collier's question. And I would have to say I'd have to ask finance to give you that definitive answer, because it's been such a unique situation with the windfall. I suspect, my answer is I suspect it's just reserved at this juncture, because they have fixed bond obligations, and that, but I can bring back definitive answer in the next meeting. But that would be my guess, is that they've reserved it, the overages.
That's my understanding. Any other questions or comments? Do we need a motion to receive the report?
That'd be nice. Yep.
Can we have a motion? Motion, Mr. Morrison.
Second.
Second, Mr. Collier. If no other comments, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries unanimously. Santiago. Lost so much weight, I didn't notice you in the front row there. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, council members, honorable chairman. Let me just say what a privilege it is to appear before you during this time of the year when we have so much to be thankful for. I think Mr. Barton alluded to some of the things that we should be thankful for. And I want to take the council on a very, very short trip. Not so many years ago, we set a goal of 30 and 3. And that was 30 in bed tax collection, 600 million in hotel taxable revenue to become a high impact tourism destination. We set a goal, we made a promise, we delivered. During the pandemic, through your generous support and the dollars allotted, we were back to pre-COVID numbers in just 1 year. We went from a March to a March, and we were back to hotel bed tax numbers and hotel revenue in a year. And just recently, before the pandemic, you're only as good as your last big hit. We were asked, well, what are you gonna do now for an encore? We said, well, 1 by 25. We wanna hit $1 billion in hotel revenue by 2025. Well, in this calendar year, through 10 months, we're at over $863 million, and we bring in up to $100 million on occasion during the month. So it won't be $1 billion by 25, it'll be $1 billion by 22. And so, again, all of the hard work that we've all put into making this an incredible destination has really paid off. And as I go through the quarterly numbers, and then I go through the fiscal year-end numbers, and we look at what the future holds for us, I think you'll all be very, very pleased. So if we can put up the presentation. Am I supposed to put up the presentation? Oh, okay. Yeah, next slide, please. If we look at the occupancy numbers, and we're looking at year over year for fourth quarter, and again, don't let that 65.8 number concern you versus the 67.8% number back in 2019. We are still doing very, very well as far as revenues and bed tax collection. So just a slight bit off of back in 2019 fourth quarter, and we still show 2019 because it had been the banner year, although last year really challenged 2019. So last year was really pushing the numbers on 2019. If we go to the next slide and we look at average daily rates, you see what I'm speaking to. And when you talk about a $22 difference back from the heyday of 2019, that's fairly significant. And then on the next slide, you see our revenue per all available room. And these are Smith Travel Research actuals for the last quarter of the fiscal year. So we're talking July, August, September, and these are actual numbers. When we talk about the bed tax collections and hotel revenue that the county provides us with, those are a month in the rear. You've heard me say that before. The hotels collect during the month, they have up to the following month, and then they're received on that month, but they're a month prior. So if you look at revenue per available room, again, another significant jump, $12 plus jump from back in 2019 where we were setting records, and actually we beat that last year for the fourth quarter. So again, very significant increases in revenue. If you go to the next slide, please, and we talk about hotel revenue for the fourth quarter, again, Smith Travel Research actuals for August, September, October, you see quite a difference. And Mr. Barton alluded to some of that translating into collections here at the county. So again, a lot to be very, very thankful for. Next slide, please. If we look at Hillsborough County hotel performance for the fourth quarter, you see there again versus last year, and last year was a record setter, over 19. You see the increases for the entire county, countywide, about 26,000 hotel rooms to be counted. And then if we go through, I believe, the submarkets, I believe the next slide should be downtown hotel performance. Everybody's back to fighting form. There no submarket left behind. Everybody's looking good as far as revenues and occupancy. If we go to the next slide and we look at the next submarket out in East County, this is a funny one because at 72.9%, they're down 3.4% from last year. But if you look at the revenues, those revenues are still very, very strong. Next slide should be our North Tampa Bush area. Also, again, significant growth there. And then finally, the West Shore District, which we know, had some ground to make during the pandemic, and they're back to pre-pandemic numbers as well. So countywide, everyone doing very, very well. Next slide, please. If we look at hotel taxable revenue, again, now these are the county collections for July, August, September, but really collections that occurred in June, July, August. We like to put that at the top of the slide. You see what those look like for the quarter. Next slide should be our bed tax collections, and obviously they correspond to the major increase in taxable revenue that was collected in the county. So this gives you a little more context to the numbers that Mr. Barton was alluding to. Next slide, please. And then when we look at hotel performance for Hillsborough County, just for those folks that aren't very familiar with these variables that really affect the success. Occupancy, average daily rates, revenue per available room. When we're looking at Hillsborough County, not Tampa Bay, Hillsborough County alone, versus Florida and versus the U.S., you see our considerable growth. And when we're measuring against the U.S., that's still very significant because the U.S. did not get off to the start that we got off to right after the pandemic. We know lots of cities were trailing way, way behind. Florida comparable, but the rest of the U.S., it's significant that we're still performing like that compared to the U.S. because they're starting to open up, if not open all over the place. Next slide, please. And so our comp set, this is our convention comp set. Many of you are very familiar with these other cities. This is fiscal year to date, October through September, #1 in occupancy. We held that position for most of the year. Every month there was a little bit of a change in who was catching up or not catching up, but we held occupancy through the entire fiscal year at #1, and that's considerable. I don't remember the last time we held on to #1 against that competitive set. If we go to the next slide and we look at average daily rate, again, not bad considering the type of product that exists in some of those other cities. If you've been to Nashville, you know the scope of product that exists there. Four Seasons, Ritz's, you name high-end chain, they're there. So for us to have the inventory that we have, that is very, very good, looking at what everybody else has. Next slide on RevPAR. Again, just a little bit higher on that, which is good, because when you consider revenue per available rooms and you look at Fort Lauderdale, Nashville, and Austin, and their supply, their inventory, we're doing very, very well holding where we are as far as revenue per all available rooms. Next slide. And here again, graphic representation about hotel taxable revenue for the quarter. And you see, how well we've done throughout the entire year and then fourth quarter. So next slide should be the bed tax, corresponding bed tax. And again, strong year last year, much stronger year this year. We're gonna probably go to that theme a lot during this presentation. Next slide. And during the fourth quarter, extremely busy. We do a lot of destination leadership type activities where we're out there advocating for the industry, whether it's here locally with our elected officials, whether it's within the industry in Florida or the US, or whether it's in Tallahassee, lots of industry relations types events, and lots of advocacy. So this is just a snapshot of the fourth quarter and how busy we were. Next slide. And client events. We are extremely busy, and some of you know that because we ask you for restaurant reservations and we ask you for hotel reservations, and in fact, we have the whole town of Tampa, Kansas in town, and they are using our hotels and our attractions and our restaurants. So very, very busy during the fourth quarter with lots of client events. And I'm going to mention it now. Next year, we will probably have the busiest convention calendar we've ever had, including a very, very busy summer with groups of 10 or 12,000 attendees back to back to back. So a lot of that happens out of a lot of these in-market visits and our out-of-market visits. So next slide, please. And convention sales production. What's really cool about this is now the scope of the conventions we're getting. You know, I was at the convention center this weekend and we had a cheer competition, and then we have defense contractors in the building at the same time. And when you look at some of the things that were booked in the fourth quarter for next year, you see dermatology there along with school board and the American Legion. And so we're open for business for anybody who wants to come here. And so we are booking business where it makes sense based on what the clients can pay and can afford to pay. So you'll see a lot of medical conventions come into town, right next to a lot of amateur athletics, next to, you know, associations, sororities, fraternities. So it's a great mix of business that we can fit when we need to fit it in. Next slide, please. And here's some snapshots. We have been on the road. We are now the highlight of a lot of these groups. American Society of Association Executives, we are a big sponsor. We get stage time. We get to talk to, you know, directly to decision makers who will decide whether their convention comes to Tampa or not. So these are just some slides of our booths and us on the road, making sure that, you know, the Tampa name is out there. A couple more slides, I think, that have some images. If we could go to the next one, please. Yeah, we posted Maritz Global. Maritz, you know, just an incredible partner, and unsolicited, they are just amazed with the destination. They are, if you're a first-time visitor, like we just had 100 people from Tampa, Kansas, it is quite stunning what we present to them, and the comments, unsolicited, are always extremely, extremely positive about our destination, our hospitality, our people, the way we make people feel when they're here. So the next slide will, I guess, talk about multicultural sales, and oh boy, are we busy on that end. We've been about diversity, equity, and inclusion. In fact, we're a leader in the industry. And when you look at the groups that are coming to town, the magnitude, the economic impact, there are some big ones that we landed during the fourth quarter, some big contracts that we signed. So we're very, very excited about, again, the mix of business that's coming to us. Next slide. And again, lots of activity around multicultural events, conventions, groups, sales. So here are some of the images that capture the scope of that work during the fourth quarter. Next slide. And so let's talk a little bit about summer, because we haven't met since then. Summer media campaign was off the chart successful. Here are some of the metrics that we were able to achieve. 123 million delivered impressions, value of $232,000. Here are some of the methodologies: video, transit. Remind you, we were the first destination organization to wrap Uber and Lyft cars, and we become really, really good at it. When you talk about digital production, great at it. So again, a lot of work in those markets that were key drive markets during the summer, and we had a very, very strong summer. The numbers bear it out. So very successful campaign. Next slide, please. And the digital campaign performed just as well. When we talk about, and to some of you this is important, an average daily rate of $197 through the digital campaigns, and over $75 million attributed directly to the digital campaign in hotels. So again, you know, very, very strong numbers for us. And we have folks that do this for other destinations, and our numbers always outperform other destinations as far as the return on the investment. So the next slide, please. And here are some of those strategic placements that you might see. We're hitting everything and everybody. We hit Orlando really, really hard. You'll see that in a few slides here. We've always been asked to look at Orlando to see if we could capture some of the visitors to Orlando and get them to drive a little bit across the state and come visit with us. So you see a lot of the publications that we use and a lot of what the ads look like. Again, a lot of diversity, equity, and inclusion, including those travelers that might have some obstacles to travel. So very, very proud of the work we've done there. In fact, we just received a big award for our campaigns around accessibility and accommodations. Next slide. And again, multiculturally, hitting a lot of the publications that a lot of multicultural communities look at. So you're talking about Onyx Magazine, the Florida Courier, Atlanta Radio, Black Travel Expo, Ebony. A lot of our ads now are in those publications and are getting a lot of attention, quite honestly. Next slide. And again, mentioned Orlando. We wanted to maximize working at their airport, and so you'll see a lot of ways that we were trying to capture the visitation that was coming in through that airport, and these are some of the partners we used. If you go to the next slide, I believe you'll see some of the imaging. We were trying to capture them before they got there, and then we were capturing them while they were there at the airport. So we were on a lot of the monitors, we were on a lot of the digital displays, and you can see here what some of those look like at the Miami airport, the Orlando airport. I always get confused with their MCO, at the Orlando airport. And again, some great, great visual effects to get them to spend some time over here on this side of the state. So if you go to the next one, you'll see additionally that we were still pinging them when they left the airport because everybody has a smartphone, and we can continue to bug them even after they left the airport, reminding them that we were here and they should come on over. So a lot of work went on this year during the summer at that airport, which was awesome for us. We've been talking about it for years, right, Bob? And now we're finally hitting that airport nice and hard. So next slide. And then obviously we ran a campaign with, we do lots of campaigns around food, as Andrea knows. We do campaigns around beer and attractions and the arts. We just launched an incredible arts video series. Well, we did our Bake Crafted, where we had all of our beer craft folks involved. And if you went to a brewery or walked by a brewery, you got pinged and you had a little passport book, and you were able to fill out your passport book and then come to our visitor center and get a prize. And so we were driving business to our beer craft location. So again, used a number of partners there, as you can see, Epsilon, Conversant, some others. Next slide. And again, you can see that we had some bloggers out there, some enthusiasts that really had lots of followers following them to all this bake-crafted fun. So again, helping every segment of our tourism industry is very, very important to us. So you see there some of the followers that got to enjoy some of that. Next slide. And again, here's the pass that I alluded to. Digital pass that would ding you, and you could ding it back and come and get a prize down at our store. And so that drove traffic to our store, because folks didn't just come in for a free pint glass. They bought something. So again, always looking for a return on everything we do. Next slide. And then this is something we're very, very proud of as a destination leadership organization. We created, with a partner, our own Riverwalk attraction pass. We've already have the city pass in town, which is another third party. But we wanted to make sure that while you were downtown, you could visit all of those attractions that might not be captured on a city pass. So here you have them listed on the ticket, 7 unique attractions, all digitally based. You buy it online, you show up at the attractions, and you get to visit some attractions that maybe you might have missed. So we're very, very proud of how many redemptions we've had, total revenue on that. And we don't make any money on it. We want the partners to make money on it. So again, we're very, very pleased with how well that's worked for our partners. Next slide. And Film Tampa Bay, I get to brag a bit about them. They're doing extremely well. When you look at local spend and total production spend compared to last year, it's very significant. And I can tell you, Tyler and Jesse and that whole team do a great job around driving filmmaking, digital production to the area, working very, very well with the city and the county to make sure those permits are seamless and people can get out there and do what they do. So again, our sister organization that works so closely with us, and we work with them so closely, doing extremely well. Next slide. And again, here are some of those fourth quarter, I love that 90 Day Fiancé show. I just gotta always plug that one. I don't know, there's even a Tampa couple on that one. I'm like, oh yeah, I know that place. Whatever else is going on, the drama I don't look at, I just look at the backdrop. They're an Italian restaurant, they're, New Tampa. So again, some great shows that were filmed here locally in a feature film, Spider and Jesse. So they've done very, very well highlighting the destination through film and digital production. Next slide. And so we do an economic impact study every year. This is the one for 21. We will be doing 22 here shortly. And you can see the total economic impact for our county as far as the visitor industry. And as Bob likes me to always mention, the spending isn't the most on lodging. Food and beverage, number one, Andrea. Recreation, and then lodging. And so as you can see, the spending that goes on, and our visitors pay huge sales tax, the education tax, they take transportation, they go out and spend in retail. So our industry impacts a whole lot more than our providers, who are our hotels. So we're always very, very proud to show that spread of economic impact. Next slide. And back in 21, a little over 24.5 million visitors. We are definitely going to be higher than that in 22, as you can tell from the numbers you've seen today. We won't do this impact study till this calendar year wraps up, but we definitely know that 22 will outpace 21 based on what we already know. So very, very proud of the 21 numbers, and I think we're all going to be more proud of the 22 numbers when they're out. Next slide. And then again, another breakdown here. We like to talk about the local taxes that are paid through tourism and the jobs that are generated in our industry, and those jobs continue to grow. You open a Marriott Edition, you need some staffing. You open a new restaurant, you need some staffing. You add more attractions at Busch Gardens and you're driving more people, you need more staffing. So again, the jobs look is very significant for us here. And $2.5 billion in that income that those folks make in town, that are our neighbors, our relatives, our friends. Next slide. And, I like showing this because it shouldn't be lost on anybody that when you invest money, you make money. And when you invest in us, there's a return on that investment. And so you see there our Visit Tampa Bay funding starting back in fiscal year 13. And I use fiscal year 13 because that's when I showed up on the scene. I could go further back, but I like to track my own performance. So you see what our funding looked like back in FY13, and we're very, very grateful to this council and to our BOCC for increasing that funding over that time period to produce what you see in the yellow graph and in the black graph, because there's a direct correlation. I think you can tell from that bar graph that there's a direct correlation with what you invest in and the outcome. And I know many of you are business people, you know what I'm talking about. So you can see there the huge increase that we've seen in bed tax collections and hotel taxable revenue. Next slide. So, brings me to additional funding. Before I speak a little bit about what we're going to spend that money on, we are looking at some issues that are on the horizon. First and foremost, we're looking at how our competitors, our destination marketing organizations, leadership organizations around the country are bulking up for this year. They are doubling up budgets, they are tripling up budgets, because many of them have not experienced the success we've experienced since a year after the pandemic. They are missing what they had back in 2019. So they're investing a lot of money in marketing, incentivizing, and concessions to get what they lost. We've gotten it back. We got it back a year after the pandemic. They're still thirsty, they're still hungry to bring it back. So there's a lot of investment that's going to be happening this year. So that's one of the issues we're looking at, and we work with agencies that give us that intelligence, we know. Secondly, we're looking at the rising cost of doing business. It hits everyone. So marketing, PR, bringing groups to town that have to pay for food and beverage, that have to use hotels. So the cost of just doing business every day is also on the rise. And lastly, you know, one of the big things that we do is market and advertise. And we're going to be headed into a heavy political season where individuals running for office or elected officials are buying up airtime. They're buying up marketing. So what's left is at a premium. So this year, as in all years, when we believe there's been a banner year and our budget was based on a projection and there are excess dollars, we want to figure out how to use those excess dollars to make sure we continue to have the momentum, and not just keep the momentum, but continue to outpace everyone. You know, it's nice to be at the top of the occupancy for the comp set. It's nice to be near the top for the Florida set. So we want to continue to keep that momentum. And so with your generosity in the past, here are some examples of some of the first things we were able to do. Again, we talked about wrapping vehicles. We talked about the London Underground. We talked about Victory Park in Dallas. We've talked about all the creative uses that we have put those dollars to work in. So this is just a reminder of some of the firsts we were able to do. And let me tell you, we've got a lot of firsts that we want to do with the additional funding we're asking for. And so again, the creativity has no bounds in our office. You know, the ability to bring in a Virgin Atlantic Airlines or a Michelin Guide or you name it, there's no limit to the things we can do, but again, you have to invest. So the additional dollars that we're seeking would be reinvested in bringing in more money into this destination. So the next slide, please, speaks a little bit to how these dollars would be invested. And we have got a lot of things we're investing in. I want to start internationally, really, because we've just added an agency in Mexico. We know Mexico is a big market, and Mexico, when we get a direct flight, is going to be crazy for us. We just opened an office in Colombia because, believe it or not, Colombian travelers were the first to travel internationally. Huge jump in Colombian visitors to Florida. So we now have an agency in Colombia. We added an agency in the UK, so we bulked up in the UK because those travelers are ready to come back, and we want to make sure they choose us. We are adding an office here shortly in Brazil, another agency in Brazil to bulk up in Brazil because that market is going to come back in a fierce way to Florida. So internationally, we are really doing more than we've ever done, and that leads to direct flights. That leads to those leisure travelers that stay longer and spend more. So internationally, we're really, really focused. Domestically, as you know, we are hitting the top markets in the country, the top markets as far as marketing and advertising. So we want to do more in those markets. And I can't tell you on the concession side, and Bob knows this really, really well, when you're being competitive with other destinations to steal a convention, a meeting, a large gathering, in addition to sports, we go 50-50 in with sports. When we're bringing in a major event, there are some major concessions, and we are attractive to everyone. When I talk about the kinds of conventions that we're looking at, those require concessions. They demand incentives to come, and so that's an area that we are going to bulk up in. And then airline incentives. We have had a number of airline incentives that just dropped out of the blue. When you think of Breeze Airlines last year, or you think of Virgin Atlantic, those were not on anybody's schedule. Those were opportunities that we had to invest in because those opportunities come once in a while. And so we are seeing more and more partnerships with the airport to land direct flights to other parts of the world, other parts of the US, and they require incentives from us as well. So a lot more for us to do. I think the next slide does a breakdown of where we would invest those dollars as far as in-market activities. We're doing a lot, obviously, now with Virgin. One thing is to land the flight. The next thing is to make sure people take the flight. So when you're talking about familiarization, marketing with Virgin, you see that. You see some of the out-of-market events where we're a big player now. We have been a big sponsor for Connect. We've had President Obama, we've had Simone Biles, and we had Gwyneth Paltrow last year. We're the warm-up act for those keynote speakers in front of thousands of individuals. So we want to continue to do that. Again, the airline incentive that continues with Virgin, concessions for big groups that are coming to town, and we're talking about big groups. We're not talking about small groups. When you talk about the ancient Egyptian order of Noble Mystic Shrine, that is, I know I've left a word out, so I apologize. There's a lot of words in that one. That's a big, big group. When you're talking about the Kappas and the Omegas, those are big summer groups that require concessions. And then on the next slide, I believe you'll see the end of that budget with all of the things that I've talked about as far as bulking up advertising and representation in these international markets. So respectfully today, based on what we think is a great banner year and excess dollars, we have a request for this additional funding to reinvest in all of these things that we believe will have a huge return. And so I'd open it up for any questions. At this time, Mr. Barton, if I can, I guess. This is the moment, I guess.
There was certainly a lot to digest. Excellent presentations. Numbers are outstanding, as usual. I guess before we go to the marketing proposal, are there any questions or comments on the quarterly activity report? And if not, I guess we can have a motion just to receive.
Yeah, just a comment. I think that although Santiago has said it, when I talk with the counterparts of Joe and Jeff and Jim on the line in the hotel industry regarding what they've experienced over this past year, yes, they are absolutely ecstatic. And but when you talk to, when they begin talking about where they were and what they went through from 2019 to now, you hear leadership that went through some pain and went through some difficult moments. But to see the kind of numbers that we're experiencing is definitely a compliment to the aggressiveness that Visit Tampa Bay has offered. And I know I speak for the industry when I just offer a thank you to Santiago and his team because I listen to the GMs and the owners talk about their properties elsewhere and how they asked us all, interestingly enough, the same question. What is in the water in Tampa? Because it doesn't align with their portfolios around the country. So again, just a comment to say, know it's appreciated. Know that there are folks working today who in 2020 went through a tough season. And this record, the records we're experiencing, it's nice to put it in the context of a record, but quite frankly, it's helping some good folks who live in our community who went through a tough time and now able to see their prayers being answered. So congratulations.
Well stated, Mr. Morrison. Any other comments? Mayor Ross?
I would like to say one more thing. I oversee assets in Austin, Texas, and Denver, Colorado, in addition to the ones I have here in Tampa, and it's just amazing the work that your group and your team does. It's unparalleled compared to some of the troubles I have in those markets trying to get people to stay in those hotels. So thank you for everything you do. Appreciate you and your team and the body of work you have.
Mayor Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Santiago. Everybody loves to see you come because you always bring good news. So I do have a question, though, and without going into a lot of detail, I'm just curious about our numbers. You know, every quarter we get good news and our numbers are shattering records. Can you talk a little bit about our relationship here in Hillsborough County with what's going on over at the Gulf Beaches and in Pinellas? So how are we, I don't know what, I mean, I can a little bit, I know high level they're doing okay, but I mean, how or what's the relationship with our numbers compared to theirs, and
Yeah.
what's the collaboration that goes on for people that come into TIA and then go over to the beaches?
Sure, absolutely, Mayor. Great relationship. As you know, Steve Hayes spent many, many years with us here. Back in the day when we weren't even called Visit Tampa Bay. I don't even know the name of the organization back when Steve was here. I think he had a sip from the fountain of youth, because I saw a picture of him and I'm like, did we even have an organization back then? But he was around. So we have a great relationship with Visit St. Pete Clearwater. Their numbers are strong. They have more inventory. So when we compare hotel revenue or bed tax collections, obviously theirs are higher because of just the amount of inventory they have. You know, they probably have 40,000 plus rooms to our 26,000 plus rooms. So obviously that brings in more money. I can tell you though that when we look at our Hillsborough County occupancy numbers compared to the combined, because in some cases, Bob knows, we get a combined Bay Area occupancy number, which has the two connected. Many, many months, our occupancy numbers are higher than the collective number, which leads me to believe that ours singularly is higher. If the combined is lower and yours is much higher, then there's a disparity there that you can tell. So they're doing very, very well. They do well. You know, they do a lot of marketing in our airport that we are not able to do. You know, they want to draw people landing to their destination, and they're already here at our airport. We don't have to market to them. They're already here. So again, they do very, very well. We collaborate on lots of things. In fact, I'm glad you asked, because on airline incentives, whenever an airline is looking at Tampa and our airport team is very aggressive in bringing them in, there's always a phone call that starts with me. How much can Visit Tampa Bay invest? And we go look and I say, well, we can invest so much. And then my next call is to Steve, and tell Steve, hey, I'm in for so much. I need you to come in for that much. And so those conversations are easily had because we're all on the same page. So we do lots of things cooperatively with Visit Florida, with the beaches. And so our relationship couldn't be stronger. We have great friends on that side. We have great friends throughout the state. We do things with Bradenton. We do things with everybody. We like being everyone's friend in Florida. And I'm starting to become the senior guy in Florida, believe it or not. 10 years in, I'm like the old man, which is okay. And so we're in a leadership position to have a lot of friends. So I would say with Visit St. Pete Clearwater and Pinellas County, it's a very, very good relationship, very strong.
One quick question.
Ms. Carter.
And by the way, I talked to Lou Placencia this morning, and he kind of mirrored that. He's got a kind of a national dashboard that he looks at, you know, and all his clients, and the beach properties, not as strong right now, and kind of the forecast, the group activity is really, really strong. So that looks, I think we're positioned well for that. Before we go on to the additional program, and I know this is not your specific purview, Santiago, but what's the timing of the convention center finishing that expansion? Is it on time?
It's on time. It looks great.
Your groups or
Yeah,
anything?
yes, sir. It looks great. It's not a major expansion. It's a small expansion. You probably read something in the press that there may be a future bigger expansion. They just welcomed their new executive director, David Ingram, who came over from the Orange County Convention Center. Lots of knowledge there with him on growth and the expansions that the Orange County Convention Center has gone through, and the type of business that has been at the Orange County Convention Center over in Orlando, not in California, over in Orlando. So the project is on time. It looks great. It looks fabulous. I'm really excited about the future expansion opportunities there, whether it's across the street or in some other area there around the river. So I think there's a lot of potential there. And Joe, we really need it. And obviously that will draw upon some more inventory. You know, I keep saying we hover around 26,000 rooms in Hillsborough County. We gain 100, we lose 100, we gain 200, we lose 200. So, you know, be really exciting to see some growth in inventory as well as that expansion, because quite honestly, right now we're so busy, we're not able to book business. And that's just, those are the facts. When folks are looking to come in a certain year, there's no availability, either at the center or, as far as we believe, in the inventory of rooms. So we're really doing a lot of massaging, a lot of, "Hey, well, if you can't come in 27, can you come in 28? Because we don't have the space in 27. So, I mean, we're booking that far out. So the funnel into the future is extraordinary as well. So we feel very, very good about it. But so far as I know, and I've spent a little bit of time over at the center recently, everything is on track, and hopefully we can move maybe when, next year or the year after, and looking at a serious expansion.
This first phase is summer? Is that when they're going to be done?
Yes, just about.
Okay.
Just about, yeah. And the Riverwalk area as well, it's been kind of closed off, so we're really excited about that project coming to an end, and then the future expansion to happen.
Okay, great comments, questions. Can we have a motion to accept the report? Motion has gone to Mark Williams, a second by Mr. Antonaccio. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion approved unanimously. Mr. Barton, you want to make any comments on the proposal?
Thank you. So one of the things I wanted to share with the group is just the mathematics of how we tend to put our budgets together. So, in my report, I talked about the fact that we consciously budgeted conservatively because we didn't want to get caught in an unfortunate situation. And so the way our process typically works is we have a formula that drives off the revenue projection that results in a Visit Tampa Bay budget. So for you to kind of put this ask into context, if we had budgeted much closer to reality, the formula would have given them this $5 million anyway. So if not for the fact that we just decided to budget conservatively, that $5 million extra dollars would have flowed to Visit Tampa Bay by result of our formulas. So I think that's an important fact to know as you consider their ask. Certainly from a staff perspective, we support it.
Great. Any comments or questions? Mayor Ross?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm not a business person like many of you are, but I also understand that you support your strengths and what's working. And obviously this is working, and what we're doing is working very well, which has a tremendous impact on everybody, including Temple Terrace. And so I would, as long as the funding is available, which it obviously is, and understanding that this money would have flowed to them anyway by the achievement of these metrics, I would be very much in support of this. I think it only makes good sense to support the things that are having such a tremendous impact on your region. And given the explanation we got of what our competitive markets are going to be doing to try to catch up to some of this, I think we would be foolish to let things slip and lose ground. If you in this world, if you're not moving forward, if you're standing still, you're moving backwards. And so I think just from my perspective, this is kind of an easy decision for me.
So is that a motion to approve?
I got one more comment, if I may.
Okay, Ms. Conant.
I support the ROI, and obviously it speaks for itself. I only have one comment, and as it relates to, you've got the specific concessions for those specific groups, $500,000, and I know that's tangible business, and we can get that. And I've always been a big proponent of those concessions. Sometimes they got to be there. We got to be able to buy business. You've got $5 million in advertising and representation. I just wonder, should we put some more into the concession tank so the unknown groups that come, you've got that cash register to reach in and get that. So I would propose you take another $500,000 and stick it in concessions, because when you have that bird in hand, it's tangible. It's a piece of business right there that you need to have.
Absolutely,
So, anyway,
I absolutely agree.
That's just my opinion.
And we already build that into our budget. This is the additional ask. So this is additionally to what we've already got budgeted for concessions and those additional dollars. So yes, absolutely, absolutely. We don't lose a piece of business really based on a concession. because we come up with it. We make it work. You know, we also have the tourism marketing district that assists with concessions. So we put it together. We make the deal work. When we can't put it together is when we don't have the availability and we're just so packed that they have to move to another city. So besides that, I assure you that we make it work with concessions.
Mr. Morrison?
An observation, and maybe Santiago, you can elaborate on this. I was asked recently, what's the secret sauce for the numbers that we've seen in terms of convention and group business growth? And I've argued that your team's focus on retention of existing business has been as important as the search and the seek and destroy mission for those new opportunities. Too many communities spend a lot of time looking for that new fruit and don't pay attention to those who have been loyal partners and contributors to our marketplace. There's a longtime sheriff here in Hillsborough County that some of you may remember by the name of Malcolm Beard. And Sheriff Beard had the ultimate conversation and observation about old friends and new friends. And his conversation was, in essence, in politics and in life, you do not ever throw out old friends for new friends. And I think part of what you've outlined here speaks to that retention mentality. We've got some folks who've outgrown us, and that's unfortunate, and maybe we'll be able to, with expansion, be able to get back to those groups. But I think what you've outlined here, it's important to reinforce that there's a growth, but also a retention mindset, and that's why this recommendation and Joe's observation as well is critical, because those other communities not worried about, yes, should we worry about them? Of course. But at the end of the day, we need to take care of our house first. And taking care of our house revolves around that whole concept of retention of who we have.
Yeah, that's such an important comment, because we have been focused on that. You know, those friends have gotten us through some bad times. Those friends have been hanging out with us in summers when we didn't have the demand, when we didn't have the business. And like you said, you know, Brazil's a perfect example. They go up and down, but they come back. So you don't forget Brazil in the equation, because Brazil will be back. There will be those little flags with the Brazilian flag globe on there in town. So again, you can't forget the folks that have gotten you there, and you continue. And we've got a big layered cake here. When you talk about conventions, meetings, events, and you talk about sports, and then you talk about leisure travelers, and you talk about the port, you know, layer upon layer, and you don't forget the layers, because they make up that cake. And if one layer is missing, you've got a problem. And so we are very mindful, just like we're mindful of a Temple Terrace or a Plant City or an unincorporated Hillsborough County. We don't leave people out of the mix. We like to include everyone in the mix. And so for the last 10 years, we've been focused on that inclusion, not just of all those layers, but all of the parts of our county. We're not focused on any one sole part of the county. We're about all of Hillsborough County.
Any other comments, or if not, can we have a motion?
I move to approve the funding request.
Got a motion by Mayor Ross.
Second.
Second by Mr. Collier. No other comments? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries unanimously. Good job, great job.
Thank you, thank you. We're so grateful. We'll put the money to work. We'll keep coming every quarter with great numbers, because I don't like coming here like I had to during the pandemic with not such great numbers. So thank you all. I wish you the most amazing holiday season. Thank you for your support.
Again, outstanding job, Santiago.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Mr. Barton, I think we have a special recognition.
Yes, thank you. Jim, are you still on the line?
I am, Ron.
Awesome. Jim Bartholomew has served this body for 13 years as a member. His term is coming to a conclusion effective with this meeting. And we want to obviously thank him, but also recognize him. And Jim, if you get a chance and you could join us in the February meeting in person, we'd love say some of these things in person. But we certainly appreciate your service. You've been a valuable member and have given us great guidance along the way. We have a plaque to represent our thanks for your involvement. So hopefully we get to do that in person. And I'm sure some folks might want to say a couple of words as well. And of course, you may want to address the group. So I'll turn it back over to the chairman.
Mr. Morrison?
Yeah. I've had the opportunity to work with Jim in a number of capacities as he's led the Renaissance at International Plaza. And not only has he been a resource in terms of sage advice and guidance, he has always had a vision for this market that was never looking backward. It was always looking forward. And we as a hotel community have benefited from his attitude and his spirit and his approach. And quite frankly, I smile as I see Andrea here because there were days when we didn't have these kind of numbers and before the pandemic, and it was not so pleasant to be sitting in these seats. So as Joe can also testify, there were some testy meetings over how to split a dime here and a penny there. So Jim helped us get through those moments. And so as a result, I just want to take a moment to add to Ron's comments to say that part of why we're here today with the reports that we have is because of the insight and guidance that Jim Bartholomew offered. And just want to tell him thank you, sir, and look forward to continuing to collaborate with you in the coming days, weeks, and months.
And I want to echo those remarks, Mr. Morrison. This is the first time I've been at this seat in a long time. I think it's 10 or 11 years, and I was unaware that, Jim, that you'd been on this board for 13 years, but I certainly remember those days back then and all of your hard work and service, particularly during the challenging times, as Mr. Morrison referenced. I certainly remember those days and appreciate everything you've done for the industry, for this board. And hopefully you can be here in February where we can thank you in person. And so with that, Mr. Collier, did you want to make a comment?
Yeah, I mean, Jim's been a big friend of ours in the industry. He's done a great job. He's well respected in the hotel world with all of us hoteliers. Certainly going to miss him as he moves on to his other chapters in his life. He's also a mean bass player, in case you guys didn't know that. Maybe we should make him bring that, in February and give us a little riff. Anyways, good luck to you, Jim.
Jim, you like to make any comments?
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Joe. I'll bring my bass if you bring your guitar.
Okay, done.
Hey, so first and foremost, Ken, congratulations and welcome back to the leadership role. The team is in great hands, and we really appreciate everything that you have done and will do in the future. I will attend February, so I get a chance to spend a little more time with all of you. And but this, as Joe said, this is the end of one chapter. So 44 years with Marriott International. But I'm retiring from Marriott International February 17th, but I'm not retiring from work. So the next chapter is coming, and it's I appreciate all the comments. It's humbling to hear. And it's been a wonderful ride with our amazing council and all the great work that we've done, especially in making sure that we protect the money and make sure that it goes to the right and most important parts. And we just made a great contribution to that today. Congratulations, Santiago, on your presentation and the what we just awarded you. And I hope that continues for years and years and years to come. So, thank you.
Thanks, Jim. We look forward to seeing you in February. Mr. Barton, any other comments? Any board member comments? If not, we're adjourned.